Both the SG and petitioner have suggested that a better approach would be the approach of West Virginia. What's your reaction to that?
Your Honor, my friend's arguments with respect to the alternative approaches is pure policymaking. As Justice Kavanaugh recognized throughout his questioning, they cannot stand up here and say that if these alternatives were imposed, that there would be no detransitioners. So they cannot eliminate the risk of detransitioners. So it becomes a pure exercise of weighing benefits versus risk. And the question of how many minors have to have their bodies irreparably harmed for unproven benefits is one that is best left.
I'm sorry, Counselor. Every medical treatment has a risk, even taking aspirin. There is always going to be a percentage of the population under any medical treatment that's going to suffer a harm. So the question in my mind is not, do policymakers decide whether one person's life is more valuable than the millions of others who get relief from this treatment? The question is, can you stop one sex from the other, one person of one sex from another sex, from receiving that benefit? So if the medical condition is unwanted hair by a 9-year-old boy who can receive estrogen for that, because at 9 years old, if he has hair, he gets laughed at and picked on, and his puberty is coming in too early. But a girl who has unwanted hair says, or has unwanted breasts, or a boy at that age can get that drug, but the other can't. That's the sex-based difference. It's not the medical condition is the same.
We don't
but
agree.
You're saying one sex is getting it and the other's not.
We do not agree that the medical condition is the same. We do not think that giving puberty blockers to a 6-year-old that has started precocious puberty is the same medical treatment as giving it to a minor who wants to transition. Those are not the same medical treatment. And once
what
you
you're saying
recognize
is you're still depending on sex to identify who can get it and who can't.
I don't think so, Your Honor. If a minor comes up to a boy, goes to the doctor and says, I want puberty blockers to transition, the answer will be no. If a girl goes up to the doctor and says, I want...
If a sex-neutral looking child walks into a doctor and says, I don't want to grow breasts, doesn't the doctor have to know whether it's a girl or a boy before they prescribe the drug?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
I've got to tell you, I've made that mistake on children often. Look at one of them and think it's a boy, and I'm corrected, and it's a girl, and vice versa. I hope that you're not going to tell me you haven't made that mistake.
Well, I may have made that mistake, Your Honor, but I don't think that is an example of where a sex-based line is being drawn.
Why not?
Because
please.
Because all that matters is the medical purpose for which the drug is used.